Welcome back everybody to my channel. My name is Xleta, you hopefully know. So I've been talking about and teasing a Woodland Mansion video over the past few videos this week. I truly believe that the Woodland Mansion is a absolutely horrible structure in Minecraft, which is odd because it is the largest structure and it is the structure that requires the most effort to get to. See, you can spawn in a desert and you can easily find a desert temple. Desert temples aren't hard to come by, and they have fantastic loot. But the Woodland Mansion, you can travel for thousands upon thousands. Hell, you can travel for tens of thousands of blocks. Get to a Woodland Mansion, and the loot can be absolute garbage. So this video I'm going to be breaking down, as I do with most of my videos, talking about the Woodland Mansion and how it absolutely failed in Minecraft, but I'm also going to talk about how Mojang can improve this structure. So let's get to breaking it down. Before we talk about anything major, I want to talk about my experience with the Woodland Mansion. So in my Let's Play world, I traveled, get this, 20,000 blocks, 20k blocks to get to a Woodland Mansion. And I came home with an enchanted golden apple and two banners. Two banners and an enchanted golden apple. The golden apple was great. The two banners looked pretty cool. But I traveled 20,000 blocks for that. 20,000. Hell, I got better loot on the way there than I did at the actual mansion itself. That is the biggest reason I truly believe that the Woodland Mansion is absolutely garbage. But it's not just based off of my experiences, but it's based off of what I've heard from other people. And if we look at the Woodland Mansion's loot, which we're just about to do, it can easily show why this structure has failed miserably. So in the mansion, chests will spawn quite frequently. You are poised to find plenty of chests in the mansion with random loot. But the problem isn't the plenty of chests. You can find plenty of chests, that's great. But is the loot actually worth it? So let's take a look at that. So we have bones, gunpowder, rotten flesh, and string coming in at 57.8% of the time is going to be in a chest in a Woodland Mansion. You will find wheat and bread 34.1% of the time in a Woodland Mansion chest. You will also find a lead and a name tag 27.9% of the time. We're getting better in loot as the chances go down. Coal and redstone dust, 26.6% of the time. So far, has there been anything that's super good? Gunpowder can be useful for fireworks if you have an elytra. Bones, great for bone meal if you want to make that white dye or if you want to grow things quickly. String, obviously always good. Rotten flesh is pointless. Wheat, great for making bread and food and starting a farm. Bread, obviously food, another food source, that's alright. Lead and a name tag. Name tags are great, but I wouldn't be traveling to a Woodland Mansion for them. A lead, you can kill wandering traders for these things. Coal and redstone dust, you can mine literally at your home base without moving and get this stuff quite easily. None of the stuff on this list that we've discussed so far is worthy of traveling thousands of blocks for, alright? Name tags, they're not super hard to find. You can find them in dungeons and mine shafts, and hell, you don't have to travel that far for those things. You don't need to travel 20k blocks for a name tag, or for a lead. Well, what other loot is there? Well, I have it on good authority that there is some better loot, so let's take a look at it. Music Disc 13 and Cat come in at 21.5% of the time. But guess what? Same goes for a golden apple and a diamond, word I can't say on the internet. 21.5% of the time for those two things as well, you will find in a random chest in a Woodland Mansion. So, Disc 13 and Cat are quite common discs you find in Minecraft. You can find them in dungeons, you can find them in mine shafts, but I'm not traveling 20k blocks for these two discs. I can find it in a dungeon, and that ain't even that hard to find. Well, a golden apple. You can make golden apples. You don't need to travel that far for a golden apple. Okay, no, you don't have to travel that far for these things. You can get an apple from a tree, get some gold, and make one. It's not hard. And what about the diamond, word I can't say on the internet? Well, mine for 2 diamonds at your home base and make it. I don't know what to say about that. It's not that hard. Well, what about some other loot? Well, we have the beetroot, the melon, and the pumpkin seeds for 18.5%. I don't think I'm going to be traveling 20,000 blocks for these seeds that you can find quite easily at a village. Even then, melon seeds you can get from jungles, which, hell, you're probably going to find jungles easier than a woodland mansion. So, well, guess what? We also have an iron ingot and a bucket coming in at 18.5% of the time. Iron ingot? Really? You can load up a Minecraft world and within 10 seconds have an iron ingot. It's not that hard. Same goes for a bucket, just a little bit longer. I ain't traveling in that far for a bucket or an iron ingot. Well, guess what? We also have an enchanted book, which will clock in at around 17.5%. I don't care how good the enchantment is. I ain't traveling 20,000 blocks for a mediocre book most of the time. If it's sharpness 1, I can get that so easily at an enchanting table. It's really not that hard. And if you want to get a good enchanting book, just go to a villager, a librarian, and just, do that one strategy that you can easily do and get really good books. Well, you can get a chainmail chestplate at 14.7%. Chainmail isn't even that good, and you can find it easier in buried treasure, so don't think I'm going to travel this far to a woodland mansion for this thing. A gold ingot, 9.6%. I'm not going this far to a woodland mansion to get destroyed by vindicators for a gold ingot. Even then, it doesn't even spawn more than 10% of the time. I ain't traveling this far for that. Diamond chestplate, 12.6%. Okay, a diamond chestplate. A diamond chestplate is really good, but let's be real. You don't need to travel that far for a diamond chestplate. You really don't. 20k blocks for a diamond chestplate, and even then it only spawns 7.6% of the time? I don't think so. You gotta be real extreme to do that. Well, I do have it on good authority that the enchanted golden apple clocks in at 3.1%. Well, an enchanted golden apple, that's really good, super rare, and it's extremely good. Enchanted golden apples are fantastic, as a lot of players would call the notch apple. Well, 3.1% isn't a very high percentage, so if you're going to a woodland mansion, there's a good probability you're not even going to get one. So, and if you're going to travel 20k blocks for an enchanted golden apple, you might be disappointed and not actually come out with one. See, that's the issue. None of the loot here would be worthy of a 1,000 block journey. I am not traveling 20,000 blocks for some music discs. Not traveling 20,000 blocks for some seeds or an iron ingot, which we can grab super easily. This is the issue. Horrible loot. Alright, you can get better loot on the way to the mansion than in the mansion itself. And that's sad. You're going to a mansion and you're going to spend some time going to this place. And you get more loot on the way there. Maybe that's Mojang's intention with this. Maybe they want you to explore and adventure. Interesting, but players aren't going to be traveling for woodland mansions much more often after they look and realize that their first woodland mansion sucked. They're going to go out and adventure and find a woodland mansion, think there's going to be good loot, turns out it sucks, and then they're not going to want to adventure out that far again, even in another world. So I don't think that's the thing here. I don't think Mojang's intention is to get players to adventure here. In fact, actually, it's all up to the player what they want to do. If you don't want to adventure, that's your choice. If you're a creative mode player, that's your choice. If you have fun doing that, that's awesome. So Mojang's intention couldn't be this. Now, there is actually a little bit of loot left. I haven't finished. All those loot, that's the only that you will find in a chest. Well, guess what else there is? There is a chance for a lava room to spawn in a woodland mansion. And you know what's in this lava room? 110 blocks of obsidian and 1 block of diamond, which is worth 9 diamonds. Now that might sound really good, but are you going to travel 20,000 blocks for 9 diamonds? You can get 9 diamonds with a Fortune 3 pickaxe, mining just 2 diamond ore. It's really not difficult. And the 110 blocks of obsidian, are you going to sit there with a diamond pickaxe and mine every single one? I highly doubt it. You might as well just go home at your base and mine obsidian there if you want to. Well, there is actually another room called the Obsidian Room, and that also has a diamond block and 19 obsidian. Now, a diamond block, again, we already discussed the 9 diamonds you can get relatively easily. Are you going to travel 20,000 blocks for 9 diamonds? I doubt it. The 19 obsidian's great and all, but are you going to sit there and mine all 19, or are you just going to actually stay at home at your base where you don't have to travel thousands of blocks and waste time and just get it that way? Well, there's actually one last thing, and you can find what's this last thing? Drum roll, please. It is the lapis block. Lapis block. Yeah, that's it. I know. Great, fantastic. We can get a lapis block. That's the issue. None of the loot here is even good. I know diamonds are great, enchanted golden apples are great, obsidian can be great. But one, you're not going to sit there and mine all the obsidian, I can guarantee it. 9 diamonds is not worth the 20,000 block trip. And an enchanted golden apple, really? Are you going to travel 20,000 blocks for that? I doubt it. So how can Mojang actually fix this? Well, if you watched my Minecraft Dungeons video, you will know I'm a huge fan of the Royal Guard from Minecraft Dungeons. Not only could Mojang easily improve this loot, so much so, but they need to add a new mob to this place. Currently, there are 2 mobs spawning here, the Evoker and the Vindicator. 2 mobs that you're not going to be traveling to the Woodland Mansion for. Maybe Mojang can add a mob that you might want to travel to the Woodland Mansion for. I discussed in the Minecraft Dungeons video that the Royal Guard would be a great addition to Minecraft, and if they ever were to add it, it needs to be added alongside the Woodland Mansion. Royal Guards wield a mace. A mace, that's a new weapon. What if the only way to get this new mace weapon is from killing a Royal Guard? That gives you at least some sort of a reason to go to the Woodland Mansion. I mean, I'm sure you're not going to be traveling 20,000 blocks to the Woodland Mansion for just a mace, but it's a start, right? Mojang has a lot to improve upon with the Woodland Mansions. One, lower how far they are. Lower where, they spawn so far away from where you spawn in the world. Unless you get a lucky seed, you're bound to be walking thousands of blocks to a Woodland Mansion. So, Mojang has a lot to do with improving these, but it starts with improving the loot and adding a new mob, a new reason to go there, and the Royal Guard is perfect. Not only is the Royal Guard a illager type, but it holds a new weapon, the mace, which gives players a reason, just a small reason, to go the extra mile for this new weapon. Do I think players are going to travel this far for a simple mace? Not exactly. If the weapon isn't super powerful and OP, I doubt it. So Mojang has a lot to do with the Woodland Mansions. They're huge, they're super cool looking, but they suck. They really suck. The loot is garbage, we discussed already. They need new mobs, and they need to shorten how far you have to travel to get to these places. If you're getting better loot on the way there than in the actual structure itself, that's an issue. That is a huge red flag, and Mojang needs to put time and effort into fixing the Woodland Mansions. Now, I'm not going to hate on Mojang. I love what they've done with Minecraft. And I don't think we should be hating on Mojang, but obviously, suggesting great things like this would be fantastic, and I want the Woodland Mansion to be updated big time. This structure is a fail. I'm probably never going to travel to a Woodland Mansion until they're updated. I have no purpose to travel to a Woodland Mansion. I traveled 20,000 blocks in my world and got 2 banners and an enchanted golden apple. I'm not traveling that far in another world ever again. Me and my friend Some Galactic Dude traveled to a Woodland Mansion in our world, and even then, guess what? Nothing really good. We did get some pretty good things, but things that we could have gotten without traveling 10,000 blocks. So, in conclusion, the Woodland Mansion sucks. And if you all did enjoy this video, please leave a like, consider subscribing, it helps out a ton. Give me suggestions for videos, I would love to hear your all suggestions. And let me know what you think about the Woodland Mansion and why it sucks. It is so bad. I hate it. And tell me your Woodland Mansion experiences. Did you all get any good loot? How'd it go for you all? I didn't even get a diamond block in my Woodland Mansion.